Had really good tempo, good practice today. I was a little worried after going inside yesterday. Sometimes a little sluggish after going inside, but the leadership did a good job challenging players, their flex, and having good practice. A lot of energy, a little more enthusiasm than we've had some other days. I don't know what the temperature was, but it seemed cooler than I expected. I was expecting it to be up in the 90s, but it didn't seem to be that. So that helps get through. Doing a lot of end-of-game situations at the end of practice, which have been good, and the battles have gone both ways. Getting a lot of looks at guys, and a lot of changes in the O-line lineup. So we've been rotating those guys around. I'll open it up.
Can you give us an update? Obviously, Isaiah not being there for 4 days now. Is that a concern you feel?
I still feel good about him. He's just got a little bit of an illness and should be fine. I mean, he's here. He's just not out there during those periods. So something I really can't disclose, but we think he's going to be fine.
And can you allude to the O-line that effect? You said there's a lot of them moving around there.
Yeah, Andrew has worked at guard, but he also has to work at tackle because of Isaiah not being there. The good news is he's a pretty bright kid. So he has been working at left guard some, as well as Pat Allen. Schaefer's working really hard. I thought Isaiah Wilson had his best practice so far yesterday. I'll reserve judgment on today till I watch the tape, but he had a lot better practice. Ben has competed really hard. That's the spot that we got 3 guys competing at. Dashawn, who's not being able to play there now, but he knows it at right tackle. You got Ben, and then you've got Isaiah Wilson. There's a lot of battling going on there. Left tackle, Dashawn's working there. Kendall Baker's worked some with Isaiah out. Lamont's played well at center. Fogarty's really pushing him. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts, which we knew going into camp it would be that way. I would say that we've got to play more physical to improve on the offensive line, not only this year, but so far this camp. I mean, we still have not done compared to what I thought we did early in the spring. And a lot of that probably has to do with Trenton and Roquan. But we're not where we need to be to be able to run the ball efficiently. And hopefully the answers to that will come by scrimmage 1, scrimmage 2.
When Isaiah Wynn does come back, are you expecting Deshaun to go back over there at right tackle, or what did you see out of that in Cleveland?
Well, I think that's the competition. I mean, it's really going to be more about how they do in the scrimmage. Whether Isaiah can go in the scrimmage, I still don't know that. I mean, that's hard to answer. Deshaun is a very flexible part. He can play a lot of positions. So when Isaiah comes back, we certainly feel good about him at left tackle. That's kind of the blessing in disguise of all this, is we're finding out a lot more about other guys. It bothers me that the continuity of the offense is not getting what it needs with Isaiah out, because I think they would be gaining more confidence with him in.
From what we see, and as far from the whole story, you see Marcus Hayes working second string with the left tackles. I mean, can you talk about him a little bit? These guys just don't hear much about.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you, he didn't make the jumps in the spring that we wanted to, but he has played better this fall camp. Cooler days or the inside days, he seems to play better, and the days outside when we fatigue more, he doesn't. So it's either a mental capacity as far as being able to keep it going, or just mental toughness pushing through it. We've challenged DeMarcus because he's got some talent. We hope he can help us, but it's an all-out competition over there between him, Isaiah, and Dashawn.
In terms of freshmen, are there a couple of guys that you find coming up a lot when you talk with your staff about these guys might be further ahead of where we thought they'd be at this point?
Yeah, I think I've mentioned a couple times, guys, and I don't like to sensationalize, because when I say it and turn around, y'all got a mere speed. It's the next Deion Sanders, but it's a long way from that. There are some guys doing some good things, and I'm really proud of those guys working. It's hard to single any one guy out, if you know what I mean. It's in the freshman class. As a unit, I want them to respond better from the challenges that the leaders are giving them, and I'm not pleased with how they respond to that. But they're good kids. They're competing hard. I think they're going to create some depth in our special teams, but it's not like you can say one of those guys is a starter.
Kirby, where are you with the kickers and punters, and what have you learned in 10 practice days about those spots?
I've learned that we've got a lot better competition than we did last year. And the competition is driving each person every day to raise their level. It's well thought of that high stress situations create your best. And those guys, they're like assassins. They got one shot, and that's all they got. So they're getting those kind of hit or miss opportunities every day. You know, I think Cam's done a great job with the punting. He's kind of leading that charge, and Marshall's still competing with him. The other field goal kicking and kickoff situation is really tight. Those two guys are neck and neck competing with each other, but it's still early.
Coach, so you spoke about Tyreek McGee earlier this week, kind of how he's emerged as a leader as a sophomore, but in terms of how he's played on the field, which is being in that star position, what's your evaluation on how he's practiced this far?
Tyreek is a tough kid. He is a tough physical kid. I think I mentioned that before. His leadership's been great. He's playing a lot of corner, not just star. So because of his frame and his bulk, we've played him a little more at corner than at star. But in passing situations, he's played really well at the star, and he's got to continue to improve. But I love the mentality he approaches the day with each day. And he's been a little dinged up too.
You mentioned the offensive line is going to be a focus at the scrimmage on Saturday. Is there a position group on defense that you're really looking to hone in on?
Oh no, every position will be a focus in the scrimmage. The offensive line is the part that I'm challenging because we got to be able to run the ball and protect the passer to be efficient and to be where we need to go. But you know, in the scrimmage, it's going to be we get a lot of snaps. We have a lot of kids opportunities. We have a lot of special team situations. We're going to find out a lot about our team as far as who's ready, who's not by that competition, by that scrimmage.
Sometimes when you have a guy out like Isaiah, you know, it can kind of throw you off in your ability to operate offensively. With the changes, with the moving, have you guys been able to operate practice-wise and do what you want to do?
Define, operate.
Well, just, run your plays and get through your
We can
script.
run them every day. How efficient?
Right.
And efficiency to me is the key. Are we getting what we need to get? Are we executing properly? Probably the best day we've had offensively was yesterday. And I think the defense went out with a little chip on the shoulder today and did a little bit better. But he wasn't out there yesterday, and we had a pretty productive day. But we're not as good a unit without him right now as we can be.
Could you characterize this scrimmage as this will be game simulation type or more like a practice at the stadium with a lot of 11-on-11?
It will be very similar to the scrimmages we've done in the past, where it's 1 versus 1's game situation, 2s versus 2's game situation, 3s versus 3s, goal line situations, 2-minute situations, red area, what we call move the field, which is just the normal part of the game. So it'll be very similar to what we usually do. They'll just have a lot of kicking mixed in it.
How have Tyler Clark and David Marshall kind of progressed? And also, where does Malik Herring fit in on the defensive line?
Tyler's done really well. Tyler's in competition. I think Tyler's one of those guys that has improved a lot. I think last year he was really raw. I think this year he's starting to come into his own and improve. David's been battling some injuries. He's a lot like Tyreek. He's banged up, but man, he never complains. He's at practice every day, and he works his tail off. And then you asked about Malik. I thought early on Malik showed up, and Malik showed a lot of promise, but he's one of those freshmen that's hit a little bit of a wall. And we've challenged him, and we're going to continue to challenge him to show up because he's got ability now. He's going to be a good player, but last couple of days he's been a little bit overpowered. He's got to practice harder and play a little better.
Coach, how would you describe the overall talent level of your team right now? How close are you to being where you would like to see your team at right now?
I think that's a tough question because for you to say where I'd like to be, I watched a clip of today, LSU versus Alabama. We were doing a drill called Get the Ball Back, and we showed our team trying to stop them. There were 8 first-rounders lined up on the defense. All right, there's 8 first-rounders lined up on defense. Count them. Is that where we want to be? Are we there? No. But obviously we want to get there. All right. So, but we got kids that know how to compete here. We got kids that know how to play hard. I'm proud of the way our kids are practicing. So I'm not going to pour mouth anything, but I am proud of the way they're practicing. I'm really proud of the way the leaders are leading and taking on a role of being in uncomfortable situations.
Talking about that freshman wall, what's important for trying to break through that or get through it or around it, whatever way you want to look at it?
Coaches, our job, we got to lead them through it, because some of those kids, they don't know how to push through it. They've never been consecutive practice this intense in their life. So we got to call them in, we got to meet with them, we got to encourage them, we got to be positive with them, we got to send them a text at night, and then we got to teach them. A lot of times you don't get to teach on the field because you got to go to the next place. So I'm yelling, screaming at the guy, and he's like, I don't learn. And then, We settle them down, we come in the meeting room, and then we walk through it in the morning. We gotta lead them through the wall. Because some of them hit it. Now, some guys have got that mental, they're very mature, and that doesn't affect them, and they just push right through. But most of those kids have never had the adversity they're running into now.
One more question. Did you guys have a chance today to hear from Floyd McClendon, former Navy SEAL?
We have not yet, but we did as a staff, got to hear from him, and we'll get to enjoy him tonight. I'm looking very forward to it. Thanks, guys.